Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Layang. And as mentioned by Dr. Umar, yes, me and Farah, another colleague actually from Myanmar, were the pioneers of.
Ada telefon kita, tanya tu maksudnya tak ada orang ada nak
1 second. Hasrin, can you mute yourself? Uma, you're on mute Uma, you're on mute.
Yes, I'm on mute. Sorry, but I kindly request everyone to mute yourself, especially when presentations are, being done.
I can mute them, right?
Over to you, Syukie. Yes, I'll be able. Yeah. All right, over to you, Syukie.
All right. Okay. So basically today I'm going to share my including soccer. Okay, and I'm going to share you about the what soccer can do. Okay, what my alternative is this is my second app that we use for the video. And based on the data research done for community colleges, as mentioned by the as well, that we have the 5.5% of speaking.
I cannot hear anything. We have to mute Hasrin.
Hasrin, can you mute yourself? Syukie, can I request you to speak a bit louder, Syukie?
All right, okay. Okay, so I've been teaching online, 100% online. So bit and I'm using Google Classroom platform as my learning management system. And on average, I have 50 students in classes, and also I'm using it for my workplace English classes.
Syukie, I'm so sorry, Syukie, but we've been receiving some messages, but really they are not able to hear you clearly, Syukie. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay.
Better.
Okay. Now, how do I implement soccer in my classroom? I on the first day of the class, meeting my students through the video conferencing, Google Meet. I told my students that we are going to use few apps, right? And we are going to use soccer, and this is also first time meeting my students, okay? Because I usually met them for workplace English in semester 2 and semester 3. So there will be few communication channels such as Telegram and Soccer. So Soccer is one of the communication channels that I'm going to use with my students last semester and this semester. And I told them that feel free to be comfortable because they are going to give their ideas, their opinions, and giving comments on their friends' posts. And the most important thing is I do remind my students that they need to respect each other, right? When you are commenting on someone's post, the most important thing is respect. Okay, and another thing is soccer is going to be our social presence for learning environment beside the physical classroom. I told them it's going to be our social space, especially when we are going to give our discussions, our comments, and at the same time, I'm going to give my personal feedback, and they also need to comment on their fan class. All right. Okay. So, what are the challenges?
Syukie, I'm sorry. Can you speak a bit louder and a bit slower?
Okay. So
louder and slower. Okay.
What are the challenges that we face? Okay. Basically, these are the challenges that I assume that everyone is facing during the pandemic. First one, we feel disconnected from other students and also the teachers. We miss our face-to-face class, right? And we're missing our impromptu feedback comments during the sessions of the learning. And when we talk about online learning, sometimes the class can be monotonous and it also can be a routine. And it will basically slow down the learning phase or learning process. And with Soccer, actually, we can encounter this one, right? And I believe so too. Okay, so why I'm interested in using Soccer? When Dr. Umar and Daniel approached me to try this app, I'm interested to try this app because For me, soccer can increase online engagement and manage feedback easily. As compared before, I'm using YouTube, so it's easy. It's difficult for me to have a online engagement. I mean, to have a synchronized feedback from comments from my students, and to have one platform that we can manage feedback. Soccer is the one. Okay, in terms of the use of portals, based on my students' responses, they said that it's easy and it's simple to navigate. None of my students last semester and this semester have problems using portal because they said that soccer basically is just almost similar to TikTok. The difference between soccer and TikTok is they have to unlock the tag that are given to them, right? Like the TikTok is just post whatever that they have to post and share with the and another thing is soccer is a closed app so that they know that they are sharing their videos on their friends. Those who have shared the tag, then they can view the uh, tags easily. Right. Okay, in some of the usefulness. Now, in from my experience, I believe that soccer is a good tool for peer-to-peer learning and it also can encourage the students. So how do we know that our students are engaged? Based on our recent research with few colleges in community colleges in Malaysia, our students actually watch and rewatch their peers video, and when we ask them to like it and give comments on their friends' video, actually they try to create more interesting videos to engage others. Uh, Based on the research of 10 minutes of videos reviewed by students each, an independent rater is rated by rating them in accordance to the rate of depth, fluency, and accuracy. So a simple linear regression was used to predict video scores based on the time span watching videos submitted by. So with a mean of 10 minutes, it can be said that participants or the community college students increase in performance of 5.5% improvement of speaking for every 10 minutes of years this year. Right, so I'm sharing you what are the activities that I'm doing with my students since last semester. The first one is the first approach is always going to be one self introduction, where I need to know my students. The other classmates also need to know their friends. So I ask my students to record a video of themselves and introduce themselves to the topic. Just focus on one point. What are the most important things that they want to let their friends know, right? And the other friends are going to give the comments on their post. So from these activities, from the one self introductions, actually this is my time and my test to see whether my students are able to use software or not. Whether they have any problems on post the video and giving commenting on like it. So from the first activity last semester and this semester, none of them come back to me that I have problem with my software, except that some of them have difficulties in uploading the video due to the internet connection. All right. Okay. So another thing that we can do with Hopper is the peer or group feedback. So I'm showing you three activities for peer feedback for connect and one activity for group feedback. So under the topic of inquiries for my module, I asked my students to upload the pictures and then they need to get the other students, the classmates, need to get the information by asking the questions or language skills that they have learned. Right, so as you can see here, one of the students of the knife, the question there is they can define this sparing knife. So the inquiry, the comment part is I'm accepting my students to use the questions based on the inquiry. Okay, like for example, WH question, the model question, in order to get information. The activities, number two, the activities that I'm doing with my students, also see peer feedback within the classmates, within themselves, is inquiries on the holiday package. We need to do some research and they are going to justify what are the choices that they have and they choose that holiday package. And based on the video, the other friends of the classmate need to come up to acquire more questions in the holiday. All right. So the last one will be on the topic ideas and opinions. Students need to express their opinions. This is what happened last semester. We will have series of uh, lockdown, movement control order. The MCO means movement control order in the region. So I need to know my students' feelings that currently at the moment because we are staying so far from each other. So instead of expressing their ideas and opinions, this assessment assignment at that time will become comforting each other actually, and it is good when they are keep replying and giving comments. Certain friends where they know that some of their friends are staying in the. Okay, and the last one is remember I spoke about a group feedback comment. So the the three activities that I've done with my students that is within their classroom. But this one is I choose one of the teachers and I share with the four classes. So it means that not necessarily they can exchange their ideas and the classmate and they still can do it with the other classes. So same module, same basically CLO that they are going to learn, but basically this time around, I combine the four classes together so that they can exchange their comments based on the scenario given in the pictures. All right, okay.
We lost. Cannot hear you, Syukie. We lost you. It was.
Syukie, we can't hear you. Sorry. Just now we heard you super clear for a while. I think you moved something accidentally, maybe.
We were happy for 5 seconds.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh,
Can
yes,
you hear
that's
me
good,
now?
that's
All
good.
right, okay. All right, okay. So next one. Oh, okay. I have a lot of hiccup today. Okay, so give a clear, in-depth, and timely teacher feedback. I believe that this is important because beside receiving or listen to the students' comment, as a teachers, I also need to interact with my students within the circles. And the good things about soccer is we have two ways of giving a feedback to our students. I can give the feedback through the comments. Through the activities, and also I can give a private feedback to my students, one-to-one to my students, without giving the overall feedback at the comments sections or comment activities. All right. Okay. So as the TVET institutions, technical and vocational education training, I believe that we need to make our task meaningful and challenging so that our task will be less monotonous and routine in order to achieve more learning time-wise. So in order to incorporate hands-on learning, we need to give a task to the students so that they can have extra preparations, which is going to require thinking and showing evidence in order to complete the task. So soccer is one good apps that where we can ask the students to do the task and they can learn from each other actually through watching their friends' video. So under the topic 4, process and procedure, this is what I've done with my students last semester and this semester. So they are going to perform a familiar process and procedures. They're going to create a video on a process or procedure in sequence, step by step. They're going to show it, and students are supposed to comment it on the process, whether they have the other way arounds to complete the task. Is it the best process to do it, or any suggestions to the friends or to the others. All right. So basically, that is the activities that I've done with my students last semester and this semester. And this is the most important thing that I said. Why I like and okay, I love soccer so much. Okay, this is because I can gather all my videos in one dashboard. Okay, I can gather all my videos in one dashboard. Imagine that a few years back, I've been using YouTube where I need to paste the link into the Google Classroom, and then when we want to talk about the previous seniors video, I need to click link by link, And with soccer last semester, I don't have to do it this semester, where I just share the screen and I just click the video that I want to share with the current students. So it's easier for me, and at the same time, I can just select whatever tag that I have been sharing with my student. So having this dashboard in soccer is very convenient enough for me, so that I don't have to double, triple click or searching for the other links, so that I can use it for my next classes and also the other classes. All right. Okay. So basically, that's it. The sharing from me. I really hope that you get some ideas on how to use soccer. Thank you very much.
Syukie, thank you for sharing. Okay.